Jai Hind, everyone.
Jai Hind sir.
Jai Hind, sir.
I am not sure uh, if how many of you have solved today TAT. Harshvardhan,
Yes, sir.
you tried?
Sir, actually, I was not getting how to solve it.
Okay. Vijay,
Yes, sir. I'm trying. Only five story are created.
no issue. See, aim is to clarify that basic doubts how to actually structure your story. We cannot change our personality, but at least understand, and if possible, we can just polish our thinking. At times, the fault lies because we don't know, despite having all the ingredients in our personality. So, that alignment we will do. We cannot entirely change someone, but if you understand the requirement, you may develop yourself. That is the real crux. Okay. Shraddha, you tried?
Yes, sir, I tried.
Okay. Let's hear today one odd story from each one. Samreen,
Yes, sir.
you tried?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Okay, let's see. Uh, Mukta, Mukta is there? Okay. What you want? First, should I explain the requirement? A little bit revision, 10 minutes, plus what is expected? Or should we listen to your story first? What you want?
Sir, can you please explain that what is required first?
Okay.
What is expected?
Little bit revision, yes, but more and more listening to same things probably will change your perspective, will mold your thinking. Can you see the screen?
Yes sir.
Okay. The most important thing is this thematic appreciation test is the lengthiest in psychology, and it is actually, if you see entire SSB procedure, 1 hour you are writing. Probably nowhere else it happens during entire SSB period. So what is the aim? Aim to discover, discern between facade and reality. What is facade? You and what you put up in paper. That is, if you have put some mask, that mask they want to remove by speedily writing. They are making you to write speedily, responses speedily. So what happens? Your inner self comes out, and that is the reality. You may be depicting that I am like this, but it is not possible all the time we can maneuver the things, manipulate the things. It is not possible. So if you understand this aim, you will realize that probably this is a test where it is better we are natural, it is better we understand the practicality in life. This test is very, very open for your imagination, your perception. 12 stories you will be writing, 11 plus 1 picture. No need of having facts and figures. It is just that image. I will cover how exactly you can structure it, what is the expectations, thinking beyond obvious. That is imagination. You are free to come out with any theme as long as it is relevant, good enough. In situation reaction test, we saw it is specific setting. There is specific situation in that you are giving a reaction. But here, a picture is shown 360-degree you can imagine. And now, what imagination you should do? Very briefly, has the slide changed on your screen? Can you
Yes,
see
sir.
what
Yes,
is
sir.
evaluated as a heading? Everyone, just acknowledge. Harsh, Samrin, it is changed on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I take it that everyone is able to see. Next slide. They would like to see whatever you write, the lead character, the hero, or the person who is actually solving the situation is you. And you also understand that this is matching your personality with the story's personality because that is your alter ego. Whatever you will express there in that challenging situation, all kinds of qualities is yours quality. Had you been in that situation, you would do the same thing. That is what is important to understand. They would like to see how the problem is resolved because you are not there for some kind of private factory managerial job where everything is set, everything is by the standard operating procedures. You need not to apply your mind, no discretion, no imagination power required. Military forum, ultimately the war scenario, will test your characteristics from the leadership point of view. It is going to test your dirt and dent of your life. This is the difference. Now come to expectations. Can you see the slide now? Next, expectation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If a candidate understands this is a problem solving test, in fact, the entire SSB, if you can actually understand everywhere you are solving something and getting into the leader's position everywhere, whether it is SRT, WAT, TAT, PGT, GPE, interview, command task, everywhere you are problem solving. If you can get tuned thinking wise that you have to solve problems from the leadership aspects. Just a moment. Yes, Saurabh? Yes, yes. You want to join? Uh, I'm not able to see. You try again. No. Saurabh, was there any problem?
Yes, sir. Also, Nikita is also facing the same issue, and we both messaged on the group. So I thought that it may be some technical or internet
Okay,
issue.
your voice is less, Saurabh. No issue. Okay.
Sir, am I clearly?
Your audio is very less, very low volume. Now you are able to see a slide on your screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you understand, Saurabh, you are able to see new joinee.
Yes, sir. I'm clearly able to see. Yes, sir.
Okay. If you understand this particular slide, probably your 90% job is over. You are in SSB into a problem solving position, you as a leader, entire SSB. And if you can fulfill that role, you have done the job. Every test, I will repeat again, every test, whether it is psychology, interview, or GTO, you apply this logic in every test. You are solving problems. And if you are able to solve, if you are able to depict that you can solve the problems, you are there. Now, in this TAT, which is probably discovering more from your personality, because you are writing 12 stories, you are giving 1 hour writing. So, psychologists will get lot to know about you. So, whenever you see a picture, there are three questions that should come to your mind. What led to this situation? Present situation. Then, what is the situation? That means immediate past. Now, what is the situation present in that picture? And the third is, what could be the outcome of situation once you solve that problem? That means, moment you see a picture, these three requirements, if you fulfill, immediate past, present, and immediate future, based on what? Come to the present situation, something comes to your mind that this is the problem I would see in this picture, and now why that problem happened and how you that problem is solved. See, if you are not able to build up challenge, then you are likely to be away from that SSB's requirement, TAT's requirement. This is a simple exercise where you should be able to, your test of imagination is there to build up a difficult situation by seeing that picture. Then comes, once you are through कि मुझे समझ में आ गई है picture, then comes how you identify the hero in that particular setting, who is your lead character. And we will now practice whatever stories we will hear from you all. In that, we will see how you are actually describing hero. Once you identify a hero, next comes how you are identifying or getting into the challenging situation. That means your hero, how that person is linked to a challenge. Then, once you have identified hero, identified the challenge or a problem or a task, then execution, how you are solving it. Then comes the logical conclusion because you have solved it. The solving itself is a logical conclusion. There is one rider to this. In all the problem solving, never end up with reward seeking, glory seeking, some kind of that, uh, which is a normal behavior actually. In a human being, one wants recognition, but that should not be your aim. 1 hour story, one, two story is okay. Somewhere you are rewarding your hero. He is felicitated, he was awarded some prize, or he was given some medal. All those things are unwarranted in the end. Don't do that. So far, so good. Any doubt in this? Because this is particularly a crux of that TAT's requirement. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. In nutshell, I hope this slide is now shifting and comes to tips. Can you see all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So how a candidate should come to this solving? Moment you see a picture, plot a theme in your mind, get a clue, because those three steps: what is the situation, what must be the immediate past because of which this situation has happened, and now execute it to solve, to resolve. And while identifying that situation, what kind of problem you can imagine, why we are searching a task or a challenge or a problem. The next point, you must read carefully. There is no courage without challenges and risks. There is no motivation without failure and setbacks. So this leadership aspect is getting tested here, that can you conceive a challenging situation? Can you really show those symptoms that you can be a leader? A leader, third point, is will not hesitate in admitting and confessing some problems. It is a positive sign actually. So to make it simple, relate with your own character. Go into your daily life. No requirement of wishful thinking. बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Yes, the requirement is, are you able to imagine a problem which is worth enough and can get connected to that picture? No wishful thing. पहले से ही कुछ प्रॉब्लम सोच के रखी है और वहां फिट कर रहे हो. Not expected, not required. You will be sidelined. I told you in last slide, hero and situation identification. You have to be specific because your observation is at test. Your observation is at test. If your observation is proving good, you will come to specific hero identification and situation identification. Otherwise, you'll go and generalize it. No generalization. We will see in your stories. Your lead character has to have aggression, has to have a will to lead, has to have a skill to perform. And that is what is you will be showing in your execution. If situation permits, you can correlate with current contemporary issues or ideas. It can be COVID theme, it can be some kind of war, it can be some kind of flood relief, something. If it is really going on around you, it can be that situation and that challenge if it fits into your observations. Yesterday offline, I was telling about reactionary and visionary story. A picture is telling that there is an accident. Yes, there is an accident. You just react. If there is no clue of any challenge in it, any problem in it, then you have to go for little visionary picture, visionary story. And in that visionary also, try and imagine a challenge, task, which will be solved and your job is done. TAT's requirement is fulfilled. Generally, newcomers describe the picture. Don't describe it. Just mere description is not required. What you saw. There was a boy, he was talking to someone, and they both were looking happy. This is just merely describing the picture. This is not the real leadership. You are not standing up to the expectation of TAT solving. They want your creative thoughts, they want your feelings, and they want your actions, and which is to be put up in paper. How many words? Recommended is generally minimum 60 words, roughly 12, 13 lines, 80 words if you can really have a good speed. But that handwriting should be readable because psychologist has to read it. So in your practice, yes, Nikita. Okay, you can try again. I think whenever we go on a presentation mode, the candidates are not able to join. This is a new discovery. I was not knowing it. Okay, Nikita, you are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you missed a crucial part for this
What,
thing.
sir?
You missed a crucial slide. Just a moment. Okay, so we were discussing that merely describing a picture is not expected. Your end should be logical, which I talked in last slide. And then it will come into a desirable category. Your story has to come in a desirable category. Because all stories are good, all stories can be bad. Here it is desirable, not desirable. Okay? For the sake of some latecomers, we will repeat this slide in a very, very brief way. You all can see expectations. You all can
Yes,
see
sir.
slide
Sir.
expectations.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very quickly, otherwise you can later on listen also. This is a test like any other test of SSB. You have to prove that you are solving a challenge, you are solving a problem. And if you understand this requirement, your job is done. You are not writing something which is just for sake of it. You have to solve a challenge. For that, you have to imagine a challenge. And that is why the three questions are the key. What is the situation? What led to this situation? And what is the outcome of this situation? क्या प्रॉब्लम है, ये प्रॉब्लम क्यों हुई, और इस प्रॉब्लम को मैंने कैसे सॉल्व किया. बस, this is how you have to go around the structure. And while making that structure, what you will do, you identify a hero, you introduce the problem, you link up this hero and get into the problem and resolve it. Automatically a logical end will be there. And in the end, your hero should be selfless, sacrificing, no reward seeking, something like that. Okay? Any doubt? No doubt?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we will take few stories. You can see a picture. First picture
Yes, sir.
you can see.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the
Yes,
picture.
sir.
Let me see. We will take two or three stories. We'll take two or three stories. Okay. Let me see who can narrate. Who is the volunteer? First one. And go slow and loud. Huh?
Sir, can I?
Okay, Samreen. Go ahead.
Daima is an engineering student. She is a vice president of student committee. There was a gathering in her college because of which she missed some of her classes. So one it was just he was sorry she was having classes after just 2 weeks after the gathering. Then she managed to uh, prepare for her exam after doing all the arrangements in afternoon for the gathering, and after that in the evening she used to study in library. She managed to score good marks in her class test, and even the gathering was managed by her very well.
Okay. Now get into, in nutshell, it is desirable category. Now let's describe and come to this evaluation of her story through question answer. Samrin, um, you introduced your character, a lady character, girl.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many of you had a girl character. Those who have solved. First story. Boy.
Sir, me, I have pursued boy.
Okay, Saurabh. This is minor observation differentiation. Okay. She has introduced character. Opening line. Samrin, repeat.
Raima is an engineering student.
Okay. Engineering
She is
student.
a she is a vice.
Okay. Complete that
Yes.
sentence.
She is a vice president of CESA committee.
Vice president of.
Like student committee.
Yes. If you can elaborate it, it is always better because some of the abbreviations will create confusion. So, you are not given college name.
No, sir.
Preferably, you can give the city name, college name. See, introducing name, then qualification or some kind of academic curriculum, whatever is assigned. And if possible, further get the at least place name or a college name. This is specifics. I talked in one slide. Can you come to specifics as far as possible instead of generalizing? Okay, acceptable. But you all can remember. Okay, we go into specifics. Okay, now hero identification. Now situation. But I think she introduced problem first. What was the problem, Samrin?
So I introduced the situation that there was a gathering in her college,
Gathering.
because of which she missed her some classes,
Yes, this is
and
a challenge.
just weeks after, yes,
Yes, this is a
and
challenge.
just weeks after the
Introducing.
gathering, she's having a
Okay, go ahead, Samrin.
just weeks after the gathering, she's having her class test.
Correct. Why I'm going deliberately and asking her to repeat so that we all understand how actually is the expected line of someone can have other challenge. She created a situation where there is a class missing, gathering is there. This is the challenge. Now, in the latter part, she is countering that challenge, managing the thing, resolving the problem. Now, come to the resolving part of it.
She used to do all the gathering preparation in the afternoon, and uh, after that, in the evening, she used to study in library. She managed to score good marks.
Okay. She managed to score good marks. This is the end.
No, sir. There is one more that even the gathering was managed by her properly.
Okay. Um, good. And could have been much more deeper that she enjoyed the gathering as well as studies, some kind of satisfaction to herself. Okay, Samrin.
Yes, sir.
Scored good marks, yes. If it can be specific, it can be welcome, like scored 77 percentage, something like that. It can be. Develop that kind of
Yes.
habit where you are decisive, you are specific, एंड नो हम इमेजिनेशन है ना आपको कहीं प्रूव तो करना नहीं सब लोग ये चीजें अभी पकड़ो कि कैन वी बी स्पेसिफिक वेर एवर पॉसिबल तो आई थिंक वी हैव स्टार्टेड वेल अ स्टोरी समरीन हैज प्रेजेंटेड which stands very very systematically on the requirement with minor here and there still nobody will be perfect so this is how a story should actually flow and if there are mistakes we will identify those in future stories now I think same picture. Anybody wants to narrate, or we should take another?
Sir, may I please narrate?
Okay, Saurabh, little loudly, huh?
Sir, am I clear and loud?
Yes, now it is better.
Okay, so Raman was preparing for his UPSC CAC examination and thus used to study day and night in library. He used to refer many books so as to get thorough knowledge of subject. Also, in every 2 days, he used to solve a mock paper and daily used to analyze it. He also used to take main notes from newspaper and books and wrote them on sticky notes so as to make it short and crisp. With all these efforts, he was able to crack the exam in very first attempt and secured a rank in top 10. He and his family members were happy and thus they appreciated him for his hard work.
Okay, Saurabh. Some observations, identification of your character, your hero, can be more specific. It includes name, exactly what qualification or which year, which place, college. That part is missing in the introduction. Secondly, when it comes to preparation or the situation identification, it is something like preparation of UPSC. Now, if you apply some kind of background to it and then come to his desire or his wish to go for UPSC, he set the dream of appearing in UPSC, took guidance from seniors, mentors, teachers, whatever, and then see hero identification, which actually you quickly went into the tasking. फर्स्ट लाइन में ही यूपीएससी प्रिपरेशन है ना. ओपन अप योर लाइन, फर्स्ट लाइन ओनली.
Raman was preparing for his UPSC CSA examination and used to study day and
Try
night
and
in library.
get first the character specifics. Who is the
Yes,
person? Okay, where is he? What he is doing? Some
yes,
immediate past, and then assign a task. Now he is in library. So if he is in library, there has to be some purpose. So what is that purpose? That is UPSC. So make it more systematic. Sort of getting point.
yes, sir.
First one or two lines. Get very specific about your hero or the people in your story. Hero specifically, yes, he has to be
Yes,
brought because that gives a lot of clarity to your personality also. And then comes the challenge. Straightway you come on UPSC, but then it can be, you can say his parents are from civil services, वो भी हो सकता है, and he also
yes,
wants
sir.
to walk on the same path, or he's from a humble background but he's very intelligent and everyone is motivating him to try UPSC, and then he organized himself. फिर वो जो आगे का बहुत डिस्क्रिप्शन तुमने दिया है, काफी कुछ, वो थोड़ा सा धीरे से पढ़ना है, लिटिल लाउडली, फिर से पढ़ो.
He used to refer many books so as to get thorough knowledge of subject. Also, in every 2 days, he used to solve a mock paper and daily used to analyze it. He also used to take main notes from newspaper and books and wrote them on sticky notes so as to make them short and crisp. Like with all these efforts, he was able to clear.
ओके. ओनली थिंग इन द इनिशियल लाइन मेनी बुक्स, ऐसे जनरलाइजेशन भी अवॉइड करना है, बाद में तुम स्पेसिफिक जा रहे हो. मेनी बुक्स ऐसे नहीं. ही आइडेंटिफाइड फॉर ईच सब्जेक्ट्स पर्टिकुलर बुक्स. ठीक है, ऐसा टाइप दोगे तो और अच्छा होगा. डेवलप दैट हैबिट. हम सबको वो थिंकिंग डेवलप करनी है वेयर वी आर वेरी क्लियर हम क्या कर रहे हैं, क्यों कर रहे हैं. ये हम थिंकिंग डेवलप कर सकते हैं, स्पेसिफिक हो सकते हैं उसी स्टोरी में, तो बेहतर है. ओके, लिटिल बिट थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करके इट कैन कम टू अ डिजायरेबल कैटेगरी. सौरभ, इन
Yes,
द
sir.
एंड वो एप्रिसिएशन अवॉइड करो.
Okay, sir.
हिज फैमिली वॉज प्राउड ऑन हिम, बस यहाँ तक छोड़ दो.
Yes. Okay, sir.
अरे यूपीएससी क्लियर किया है तो इट इज वेरी वेल अंडरस्टूड कि ओके एवरीवन इज प्राउड नाउ. प्राउड एंड हैप्पी बस.
Yes, sir.
एप्रिसिएशन वगैरह रिवार्ड मेडल कम से कम हम उसको यूज करेंगे.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think two stories are okay on one theme. We will go to next picture.
Sir, just one
Yes, yes,
theme.
Nikita.
I haven't solved the test, but just can I just tell the theme
Y-
which came to my mind?
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Uh, Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but you can be little louder.
Okay, so my theme is that Shivam is a librarian in Pune and he wanted more and more people to come to his library. So there are multiple actions which he took. It's basically theme is around that he wanted more and more people to come to his library.
Okay. But you feel this character as a librarian, okay, not unrealistic. But he, if you see, I will share the. Ruk jao. Now observation comes into play. Just a moment. What is exactly happening? It is very important to see. Picture is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now observe that the person is actually well dressed like a uniform, then something like teenage भी नहीं थोड़ा सा maybe graduate type, but a proper dress and opened a book. He's searching something. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this observation, if we can assign not to the librarian but to a student, is more desirable. But even if your theme, if you can really project it in a correct manner, still acceptable. Okay,
Yes, sir.
because librarian can also be a person who is preparing for some services, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Some exam. There are many students who take up job, temporary job, and they are also studying simultaneously. In fact, adding value to the library, helping to add more books, does the research, um, helps the other students also because they really understand the importance of competitive exams, studying books, magazines, this, that. So if that theme can come on the discuss structure कि हीरो आइडेंटिफाई किया उसका थोड़ा सा असाइनमेंट कि क्या है वो क्यों है and then coming to the challenge. In your story, if we have to see a task, what is the task, Nikita?
That he wanted more and more people to come to his library because I saw two vacant chairs.
Okay, ठीक है.
So that part that you are saying that he is reading something. So in my action, means thought of adding that first thing which he did, that he segregated the books topic wise, like science and technology, economics, novels, defense related books,
Okay,
shelf wise.
understood.
That part I justified.
That is okay. You can go on that. See, 60 to 80 words, but how you will be able to judge? प्रैक्टिस में आप देखो आपका कितने लाइंस बन रहे हैं. 4 मिनट का ही प्रैक्टिस करो वहाँ 4.5 मिलना चाहिए बट नॉट नेसेसरी. 4 मिनट के ही
सर
टाइम पे प्रैक्टिस करो.
4 मिनट्स ही मिलता है, 4.5 मिनट्स नहीं
हाँ,
मिलते हैं.
टेक्निकली 4.5 बोलते हैं बट 4 मिनट के ही आप प्रैक्टिस करो. दैट इज गोइंग टू रियली मेक यू वेरी वेरी रियलिस्टिक. वहां पे फिर मार नहीं खाओगे. ओके.
यस सर.
नाउ वी विल गो टू नेक्स्ट पिक्चर. वी विल टेक सम अदर वॉलंटियर इफ देर आर. आई विल टेक रुक जाओ अभी. ओके, आई विल टेक सिक्स्थ स्टोरी. Sixth, who wants to come up? Visible? Picture is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This is the picture. Now, who wants to narrate? No volunteer? First, let me know whether someone has solved all 12 or not.
No, sir.
No one.
Sir, I have solved
Saurav, you tried?
all 12, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, we will then listen to Saurav's story. See, I was aware because I give less time, but if someone can really react to TAT's call, that means it is the toughest call actually. It's not easy to sit 1 hour and write because it really drains you out. It requires a lot of concentration. And if you can get onto TAT, it is your test of many things. Okay, Saurav, you can go loudly.
It it was a normal day in the village of Harsul when a big noise was heard. Aniket, who was a graduate student, along with villagers, immediately hurried toward the place of noise and noticed that it was a sound of plane crashing. He looked that the plane didn't had much damage but had caught the fire. He immediately asked everyone to throw sand on the plane so as to extinguish it. Also, he noticed the pilot inside the plane is unconscious. He immediately, with the help of other people, evacuated him to nearby hospital. Due, due to early action taken on time, the pilot's life was also saved. Aniket also informed the police station about the situations. Villagers were happy with Aniket's and others' work.
Good, Saurabh. Desirable in nutshell, I can say. Only thing, this is also okay. Structure. Introduction can be you gave village name, you gave Aniket as a character. Sequence can be first introduction of hero or the exact what is seen you got in first line. But that much flexibility definitely you will be given. That much leeway that will be given to candidate. Once there is a challenge, there is a problem solution, then there is well thought out nitty-gritties of such situation. So it is okay. I think you have come out with desirable story. There is some execution, there is some sense of urgency. Sense of urgency is important. So all these things are there. Fire, you notice small fire, so immediately there has to be sense of urgency before the entire plane blasts, or because there is a fuel, we don't know how much fuel is there, so pilot who is unconscious is to be rescued. So you can add, because the door will be, the canopy will be locked, so it is to be broken, the glass to be broken, you can add this is practical point.
Yes, sir.
So all those things you can, uh, but in general, desirable story, Saurabh, no issue. Anyone who feels any other point in this?
No, sir.
I think it has come on a good pattern. Uh,
Yes, sir.
सौरभ बट डोंट थिंक कि इतना कॉन्शियस होके ऐसे बस ओवरऑल वो याद रखना है कि हमें स्पेसिफिक्स पे जाना है, जो दिख गया उसी फ्रेम में रहना है, पहले से कुछ चिपकाना नहीं है उसके ऊपर, बोरोड स्टोरी नहीं आना चाहिए, तो ऑल दोस थिंग्स, द अदर स्टूडेंट्स जय, हर्ष, विजय, गेटिंग द पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even
Yes, sir.
Mukta, you all are just beginners. So you must get the hang of it. कि हाँ ये requirement है. But you will not copy things. It will not be a copying. It is just understanding. Moment you see a picture, whatever comes to your mind, put up in such kind of expected lines from the leadership point of view. Okay. We will go
Sir,
for
one more
another.
theme is coming in my mind.
Okay, Nikita, go ahead.
That Abhinav was a pilot in Indian Air Force. He went for his sortie, and mid sortie he came means he realized some technical fault because of which he was supposed to do an emergency landing. So he saw the area means empty area and informed the ATC, and he landed the plane, and also while before landing he informed his colleagues that just to immediately jump out of the plane as it lands. The moment plane landed, it caught fire, but he along with his colleagues got out of the plane. Then he as means he had already informed the ATC. मतलब मुझे ऐसा कहना है कि तो वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी फायर ब्रिगेड वगैरह आ चुकी होगी तब तक. So he just made
Okay.
sure that his colleagues are okay, and the probe was thrown at them. So he justified what means basically he narrated what exactly happened, and got out of that.
Okay. At graduation level, little complications will always be there. Uh, are you assuming it as a how many seater aircraft?
2 to 3.
Okay. It is a trainer kind of thing, है ना?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Shall I bring it back? I will bring it back. So in the introduction, you can be specific about it. Indian Air Force, trainer aircraft, and all those things in the introduction then, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Not just Indian Air Force pilot, Aniket, this, that. फिर और specific में जा सकते हो on a training sortie during the training. The trainer aircraft वगैरह फिर सारा कुछ ले आओ. Then come to those points and then informing the ATC, finding the safe landing zone and co-pilot. इसमें colleagues की जगह co-pilot word use करो. Isn't it?
Okay, okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So be very very specific and tail end पे देखोगे आप जो पीछे की तरफ तो वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा फ्लेम्स नजर आ रहे हैं. ओके.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will go to next. Okay, ninth is this picture, but I believe Saurabh, we will have to go to Saurabh only. Ready,
Yes, sir.
Saurabh?
So I have written like, yes, sir, yes, sir. I have written.
Okay, go ahead.
So the last year's exam were ending, and thus Pratik decided to go for cycle expedition to nearby forest reserve with his friends. They all liked the plan and took permission from their parents. They started the journey in early morning so as to reach the reserve till evening. In way, they noticed various animals and people from different ethnic communities. Pratik also motivated his friends in between so as to keep the momentum high. He reached the reserve and stayed there for a night. The next morning, they saw the whole reserve and took various photos and videos of different animals and birds. All of them returned to home after enjoying this adventurous activity and narrated the incident to their families.
ओके, थोड़ा सा जनरलाइजेशन है इसमें, थोड़ा और स्पेसिफिक में आ सकते हो. टास्क टास्क आइडेंटिफिकेशन थोड़ा सा वो है, एडवेंचरस कुछ कर रहे हो, है ना? तो उसमें इंट्रोडक्शन थोड़ा कैरेक्टर का देते हुए, आफ्टर द एग्जाम ही वाज वेटिंग फॉर दिस मोमेंट, वांटेड टू हैव दिस ऑलरेडी, वो एक मैसेज दोस्तों में दे के रखा था, एंड देन गैदर्ड दिस टीम एंड दे ऑल वेंट. अब फिर लॉट ऑफ एनिमल्स वगैरह ऐसी जगह, उस जंगल का नाम स्पेसिफिक ला सकते हो.
Yes, sir.
उसके बाद वाइल्ड एनिमल नहीं है ये क्लियर करो, साइकिल लेके जा रहे हैं, तो फिर उसको एक छोटा सा पिकनिक स्पॉट की तरह पोर्ट्रे करो. थोड़ा जनरलाइजेशन से थोड़ा स्पेसिफिक में आ जाओ, and then you can
Yes,
have
sir.
more specifics exactly where they halted, how they had their meal, they carried meal, that means वो सब माइन्यूट ला सकते हो. खुद जाते हो तो वैसे ही करो ना, जो शुरू में हमने बोला कि
Yes, sir.
अगर खुद जाते हैं तो फिर अपना, अगर हम देखें उनका जो बॉडी लैंग्वेज वगैरह, तो जस्ट अ मोमेंट, आई विल गेट दैट पिक्चर, रहने दो.
Yes, sir. I noticed these 2 points that I lack in that specificity, and I think
नहीं
every
ठीक है,
second
यू आर
story I have
एनडीए.
rewarded the main character.
हाँ, एनडीए लेवल पे. बट इफ यू कैन ब्रिंग इट, दिख रहा है. If you see, in frame we have almost 5 cycles and 5 characters. एक पीछे है, वो साइकिल है नहीं है वो डाउट लगेगा. पीछे की तरफ कौन सा वाला, अगर यू कैन सी कर्सर, कर्सर दिखने
Yes, sir.
वाला.
Yes, sir. On the leftmost corner.
हाँ, तो वो 4 तो क्लियरली है. तीसरे के तो पिट्ठू भी क्लियर है, कुछ है. अब डेफिनेटली होगा ना,
Yes, sir.
है ना,
Yes,
डेफिनेटली.
sir.
साइकिल पे पिकनिक का थीम है तो फिर ऐसा कुछ होगा ही, है ना. तो एक लीडर टाइप या कुछ जोश टाइप दिलाने वाला आगे है, ही इज योर लीड कैरेक्टर. एंड देन वट एवर आई टोल्ड, थोड़ा बहुत स्पेसिफिक और लाओगे. एग्जाम खत्म हुआ है एंड ये वेरी रूटीन है ना, ये हमारे लाइफ में होता ही है. ऐसा नहीं कि ये आउट ऑफ बॉक्स कहीं जा रहे हो, बिल्कुल प्रैक्टिकल है. साइकिल पे ऐसे ही कोई वीकेंड, कोई छुट्टियां और एग्जाम खत्म हो गया, ऐसे टाइम पे हम घुसते ही है. ओके, आई थिंक वी डिस्क्राइब 3 स्टोरीज एंड थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन. किसी को कोई डाउट?
No, sir.
ओके, बट आई फील यू मस्ट गेट हैंग ऑफ रिक्वायरमेंट एंड देन यू कैन अरेंज योर थॉट्स. कुछ तो पर्सनैलिटी में होता ही है हमारे, उसको थोड़ा सा और हमें पॉलिश करना है. रिक्वायरमेंट अगर समझ गए तो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड वेदर यू really getting on those lines in a quick time or not. Some students may find it difficult, but it is not impossible. You can actually train yourself कि हाँ, लीडरशिप में ये रिक्वायरमेंट है. चैलेंज सॉल्व करनी चाहिए, टास्क इमेजिन करने वाली एक खूबी होनी चाहिए, दिखते ही कुछ लगना चाहिए, सम काइंड ऑफ इमेजिनेशन पावर. और वो सब एक लीडर को अलग अलग सिचुएशंस में काम आता है. And I am of the opinion leaders can be made. If someone is zero on today in this aspect, can really develop. Leaders can be made. Leaders can be born also. Some are very natural, but some can be made. And there is no question, if you have got enough time to prepare yourself, you can definitely get prepared. कोई शक नहीं है इसमें. Only thing, it depends upon your hard work, your approach, your commitment, and how much you can really give time to it. Harsh, any doubt?
No, sir.
Got the essence of it? क्या है? Yesterday also you had some listening on this. Hmm?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, Jay, maybe network issue. Samrin, your first picture we
Yes, sir.
started on a very good note today.
Yes.
How many you wrote? Did not have time.
Uh, sir, I wrote 5 only.
Okay, because it is boring. कौन बैठेगा 1 घंटा? Hmm?
No, sir. No, sir.
But
So I was having a little bit work. But sir, I want to ask you one thing, that can we just take the third one?
okay, we will take quickly. Just a moment. This will be last and we will end today.
Sir, could we please discuss the 11th picture? Like, I couldn't identify much in it.
Okay, अभी थर्ड लेते हैं. हाँ सौरभ, and
Yes,
then
sir. Yes,
11th you
yes,
want
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
see.
No problem, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Like, I couldn't stood
this
on
is the
it.
picture, Samrin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you cover your story.
Okay. Ramesh was a lieutenant in Indian Army. He was newly posted in Srinagar. One day he got some information regarding illegal supply of weapons. Weapons are going to be held, so he, along with his team, went at that place. He very smartly and proper with a proper planning caught those smugglers, and he continued doing his job well in his service.
Okay. थोड़ा बहुत correction. You can, in the opening line, you can specify particular unit. You said place, है ना? Srinagar. What was the place you identified?
So I mean hilly area kind
Hilly
of
area.
like
Okay, sorry.
in Jammu and Kashmir
Ah,
type.
you can come to specific place. You can give the specific Paltan also. And then smugglers के लिए इस तरह का डिप्लॉयमेंट नहीं होगा. ये है टेररिस्ट, एटलीस्ट टेररिस्ट रिलेटेड बॉर्डर पे. तो we can be
Okay.
more
Yes, sir.
realistic. Instead of a smuggler word, it can be terrorist. You can see the picture, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you see how many characters, at least three are visible. All of you are agreeing? Two are
Yes, sir.
prominent, one is on left.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Maybe two are visible easily. Third one is little sketchy. Okay. But they are aiming. They are actually pinpointing. So one is giving Paltan name or specific details where they are exactly located. वो ज़्यादा appropriate रहेगा. Second, smuggler word, terrorist word is more appropriate because फायरिंग तक का सीन है ये. स्मगलर्स को पकड़ा जाएगा, उस पर फायर लाइक बीएसएफ वगैरह,
Yes,
दे फायर आल्सो, नॉट
yes, yes.
दैट, बट द वे दे आर डिप्लॉयड मोर अप्रोप्रिएट इज माउंटेन है और बिल्कुल सामने से थ्रेट टाइप दिख रहा है.
सर
हिली
ऐसा
एरिया
कुछ
है.
कि फ्रंट मोस्ट पोस्ट पे वो पोस्टेड है
यस यस.
और एलओसी पे और उनको
हाँ,
इन्फिल्ट्रेशन पे
स्पेसिफिक
मतलब
में वही
नजर
है ना.
रखनी है.
यू कैन डिपिक्ट LOC, you can depict specific sector if you know some Uri sector or uh,
बारामूला.
Baramulla area, or you can say Uri
Great
sector or
sector.
Kandahar sector. Sorry, uh, और क्या बोल सकते हैं जो पब्लिक को नोन है.
Great sector.
शोपेन.
गुरेज सेक्टर, जो थोड़ा बहुत न्यूज़ में पढ़ते हैं आप लोग, तो या नौगाम सेक्टर, ये भी पेपर में थोड़ा बहुत आता है. तो ऐसा कुछ पढ़ा है तो वो वाला नेम आई एम हाइलाइटिंग कि कहीं पे आपने एक वो आ गया. देन स्मगलर वाला एंगल हटा के टेररिस्ट. एक और, यू सेड टीम, कम टू स्पेसिफिक टीम. ही along with 10 jawans. Okay, you can come to a specific team,
यस.
isn't it? They went well prepared, got deployed based on intelligence input, और थोड़ा स्पेसिफिक आ सकता है, एंड देन सक्सेसफुली encountered them or whatever, end is okay, and prevented some major mishap or something, major casualty on our side. टेररिस्ट वाला, तुम्हारा वाला स्मगलिंग वाला था. ओके समरिन, जनरली ओके है, वी आर जस्ट एडिंग स्पेसिफिक्स टू इट.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
ओके, इंट्रोडक्शन में इज ओके. फिर प्रॉब्लम का स्मगलिंग का था, टेररिस्ट वाला हो जाए तो और अच्छा. तो ये फिर देन एग्जीक्यूशन, एग्जीक्यूशन कैन बी टीम स्ट्रेंथ वगैरह सब स्पेसिफिक ले आओ. इफ यू कैन ब्रिंग वेपन्स, वेपन्स ऑब्जर्वेशन पावर यूज करो. बिल्कुल दिख रहा है ना कुछ राइफल्स, या यू कैन
Yes,
से
sir.
Yes, sir.
LMG.
Sir, I am also tried.
हु इज देयर?
Sir, Vijay.
विजय, हाँ. इस पे स्टोरी बोलना है.
Sir, I am also. Yes, sir.
ओके, बोलो.
In a Kashmir border, Indian soldier got a news spot terrorists entering Kashmir border, and they immediately wake up and taking their weapons and waiting for terrorists.
थोड़ा जनरलाइज हो गया ना विजय? तुमने इतना ही लिखा है क्या?
Yes. Yes, sir.
ओके, अभी तुम्हारी एक एक लाइन को पढ़ते हैं. पहली लाइन पढ़ो जोर से.
In a Kashmir border, Indian soldier caught a news spot terrorist entering Kashmir border.
ओके, बहुत जनरलाइज हो गया. कश्मीर बॉर्डर, इंडियन सोल्जर. सोल्जर्स कितने हैं? बहुत है. इंडियन आर्मी 10 लाख से
3.
ऊपर
No, sir.
है ना?
No.
अभी जो हमने डिस्कस
Yes.
किया उस लाइंस पे सोचो, अगली बार इंप्रूवमेंट हो जाएगा, इजंट इट?
Yes, sir.
फिर पूरा कश्मीर कवर नहीं करना है हमें, थोड़ा सा माउंटेन्स दिख रहे हैं, स्नोई माउंटेन्स भी लग रहे हैं वो थोड़े से, मतलब फील हो रहा है, तो अपना परसेप्शन यूज करो और परफेक्ट सेक्टर में आ जाओ। परफेक्ट बंदे का नाम बोलो, रैंक बोलो, जैसे समरीन ने उसको लेफ्टिनेंट वो सो एंड सो कर दिया। पलटन का नाम ले सकते हो,
Yes,
जगह
sir.
का नाम ले सकते हो, टीम की स्ट्रेंथ ले सकते हो, सामने से क्या थ्रेट है वो ले सकते हो, है ना? स्पेसिफिक्स, है ना? ओके विजय?
Yes, sir.
हाँ,
Yes.
ओके। नाउ सौरभ, यू वांटेड टू सी 11th पिक्चर?
Yes, sir.
द स्क्रीन इज विजिबल टू यू अभी भी?
Yes, sir. Screen is
what
visible, sir.
what is visible
Yes,
to you?
sir.
Anyone? What is visible?
Sir, two bullocks.
Okay, I will. Now you can see मचान टाइप, यहाँ मचान है, टू बुल्स, पीछे सन टाइप कुछ, इवनिंग सनसेट हो सकता है, ये मचान लग रहा है?
Yes, sir.
मेरा कर्सर नजर आ रहा है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ओके, तो टू बुल्स, उसका कार्ट यहाँ पे है, बुलक कार्ट का जो ये ट्री लाइन है ऊपर शैडो में है, और पीछे बैकग्राउंड में समथिंग लाइक वो ऐसे बहुत ब्राइट या जो भी है, जैसा भी आपको टाइम यूज करना है ये। अभी व्हाट वाज द डाउट सौरभ?
Sir, like my story, in my story, what I did, I
लिटिल
noticed
लाउडर।
bullock, and in my story, I noticed the bullocks and the person sitting over there. Like in my story, I made that he replaced the bullocks and took tractors and all to modernize the farming.
ओके, थोड़ा वो हो गया, प्री कंसीव्ड हो गया, अभी लग रहा है
Yes, sir.
तुम्हें?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I thought.
ऑब्जर्वेशन अगर सही जाएगा तो और ज्यादा करेक्ट होगा, तो ऑब्जर्वेशन इज अ की, आई एम टेलिंग यू। आप लोग
Yes, sir.
ऑब्जर्वेशंस पे जाओगे तो बहुत तगड़ा आपका स्टोरी आएगा, आपके पास बेसिक्स क्लियर है तो बहुत सही जाएगा फिर। एवरीवन एग्रीज? आपका ऑब्जर्वेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, ओके, we will cut short here now. We will end here. I hope to some extent. Now, Saurabh, when you are leaving?
Sir, I'll be leaving on 6th of August.
6th. Okay. हमारा काम है तैयारी करना, keep smiling, result can be anything, but like a good sportsman, go with a brave heart and play your innings. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will do some online again before you go and others are there. Whoever can join whenever, आई एम नॉट इंसिस्टिंग, जो आ गया उसके साथ वी आर प्रैक्टिसिंग। यू ऑल मस्ट प्रैक्टिस, एक्चुअली इट गिव्स more strength to your belief system, your confidence. So that is the key. Okay, we will end here. Have a good day. Bye. Jai Hind.
Change, sir.
Bye, sir.
Jain, sir.
Jai Hind, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jain sir.